Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. It is a Monday episode on the Windy City Breeze. So you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. We got the squad in the building. Yeah. Hey, we got a super producer Joel Holt in the building as always, joined by C-Dub on the ones and twos. Dub, what's going on, brother? And of course, Jordan JC in the back with Stefan the Don, and the ghost of P Kid will be here eventually. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. There is high praise on this young Chicago Bears wide receiver from his coach. His trainer is, the guy that basically got him ready for the NFL. TJ Houshmandzadeh, who's been what? Really excited about what Odunze can bring to the Chicago Bears. Also, got to look at, do the Bears have one of the best wide receiver trios in the league? Phil Simms and them boys dropped an interesting list looking at that and giving our own opinion on that. Also got to talk about a new face of the NBA that's getting Jordan comparison. Jordan comparison.
Oh boy.
Calm down. Joel's going to start watching the NBA again. He's going to be a Timberwolves fan. And of course, best and worst of the weekend. All that more on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Boys, what's going on? How y'all feeling, man? What's happening?
Hey, man, I'm good.
Amazing.
Crazy weekend.
Yeah. Apparently, everybody's dissing out here. Shout out to J-Mart. J-Mart's trying to drop a diss track.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Jay.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Just make a better.
I'm telling you right now, it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. No, I mean, Kendrick Lamar and Drake, that's a whole different thing, bro. The weekend has been lit. It's been a lit weekend. We've had great sports. We've had great hip hop music. It's one of the best weekends I can remember in a long time. I haven't had a weekend this fun in years, maybe since my daughter was born. But listen, it's been a great time, but a lot to get to on today's show, man. Shout out to the Breeze Chat in the building, man. Baki in this mug, Grady up in here. It's Crimson, you dig? Crimson King Booker World in this mug, man. B Bill in here. Gucci Finesse always in the building. Said, my dogs, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love, man. Let's jump into this first topic, though. Hit that like button if you have not done so yet. TJ Houshmandzadeh is very, very high on Odunze. Now, because he trained him, he's worked with him, different things like that. That's an expectation, right? It's not like you're sitting here saying something that is a surprise that he would be excited about one of his, I'm not going to say protege. Would that be a protege? Like I trained you before the draft. Is that a protege? Not really. To a degree. His student. One of his students.
His apprentice.
An apprentice. Yeah, I don't know about apprentice. Apprentice feels a little bit too high. I feel like all these words are way too high. But anyway. He's in on Odunze, and so that makes a ton of sense. But what he said, I thought was very interesting about Rome. He talked about him as a guy who not only is big, fast, has crazy ball skills, which is crazy right off the bat. You know what I mean? Wild.
Welcome to Monday.
I'm reading the quote. This is what he said. I'm not going to pause it. I'm not going to pause a NFL wide receiver yet. You know what I mean? But he also talked about, I don't know, does anybody understand track? I had to go actually break this down because I'm not a track guy. I just like seeing people run fast. But he talked about how he ran a 10.5 100-meter. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's fast.
So basically, if you translate that down, because I had to go do like some digging on like what does that mean in like 40s? He basically could have ran like a 4.31, 4.32.
Yeah, he's fast.
So he's not he ran a 4.45 at the combine. They said you go through all of this, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. But he's not as slow as the 40 time would lead you to believe. He's a ridiculously fast guy and said that I can't compare him to anybody in the NFL. Ball skills, maybe he's Larry Fitzgerald, but he's bigger and faster. Did the Chicago Bears go out and get the best wide receiver in this draft?
I don't think he is the best wide receiver in the draft. I think that the wide receivers went according to plan as they should have. But I do feel like he's in the best situation when you talk about what the wide receiver room looks like, because on those other wide receiver rooms, right, you got Marvin Harrison Jr. He's gonna be the leader of that. You also got to turn around. You go to New York. Malik Neighbors is basically gonna be the leader of that pretty much. So it's like when you look at it, he's in the best situation. You got DJ Moore. You look to the other side. You got Keenan Allen. Like I said, you're learning from these guys every day, soaking up all the information that you can. And with the way he talks and with the way he carries himself, you can tell that by the time it gets to it, when he has to step into that role, he'll definitely be ready. So I think that they got the best wide receiver? No. But at the same time, do I think that he's in the best situation? Absolutely.
No, I'm right with you with that, Ringo.
Ken, what are your thoughts on the subject?
Man, I definitely agree with Ringo.
I was about to say, I didn't
segue right there. Listen, Steph was spot on with that one. Like, I mean, he may not be the best receiver in the draft, but he's definitely in the best situation. Expect him to have a lot of yards.
I'm impressed by the fact that he was listening on the way in. Go ahead, Jordan. I just had to get that in.
That was impressive.
It was impressive. I agree. That was
outside of being a little bit biased because CJ Houshmandzadeh obviously is kind of training him and mentoring him, I have to agree that this guy could be really special. If we were talking about any other draft that didn't have Marvin Harrison Jr. and Malik Neighbors, he would probably be the number one wide receiver coming off the board. And to be honest with you, I think he's got a little bit more of a higher ceiling than Malik. You're talking about the measurable 6'3", 215 pounds, one of the best at contested catches, great range when it comes to his catch radius, red zone threat. Has some speed on him, like you said, even faster. There's some people who are fast in the 40. Then when you put the equipment on, they can maintain that speed.
Yeah.
That's somebody who, even when I talked about Marvin Harrison back in the day, when he gets up to his top speed, he's faster than you think. I think that's the same thing with Odunze. And so, yeah, when TJ says, hey, he's unlike anything we've probably seen in the NFL, I mean, okay, well, maybe, but I think he has a plan to be special.
I think that's the thing to keep in mind. He's not saying he's an anomaly like we've never seen before.
Yeah.
He's saying that there's nobody in the league that you can compare him to right now, which I don't know. Is Larry Fitzgerald technically retired yet?
Yeah.
Like, I guess
no, Larry's done.
Yeah.
Like, you never know with Larry.
Did he ever put his
he still might have some time.
Larry's like
I don't know
Brady.
if he put the letter in yet, but I think Larry's that. Well, hey, listen, we know that don't matter because Chad technically hasn't put his retirement letter in.
Yeah.
Chad Ochocinco, he can still come back and play. Technically, he's still a free agent.
He legitimately was like, I'm not putting it in. He said it on IMF.
That is true.
No, he didn't know he had to at first. They were like, dog, no, you gotta like send in the paperwork to retire. He's like, for what? Like, ain't nobody picking me up.
That man.
But I think here's the thing. He's not saying he's something like we've never seen before. Because realistically speaking, right, the player that we're describing would be, if Hoosh is correct on this, is Randy Moss.
That's how I was going to
say. So one of the best ever.
And that's my point. When you're talking about this, you do have to take scenario into account. Randy Moss coming into a team that had Randall Cunningham there, had somebody that can put the ball in his hands. You know
Chris
what I mean?
Carter.
Like, it allowed you to develop a lot quicker in the second he left Randall Cunningham. Randall Cunningham fell off a cliff. It's a whole different point. But, it allows you to develop a lot quicker. I think that opportunity does play into this, because if you look at Arizona, and Hoosh brought this up as well, if you look at Arizona, Marvin Harrison is going to be the number one option, but you got to be great, because the best DBs in the world are going up against you, and you play in a tough division.
Yep.
You're going to be sitting there every night with everybody looking at you. Where Rome is in a situation where, okay, I got Keenan, I got DJ. They're going to take most of the brunt, because most people are going to say, if I got to pick my poison,
I'm covering.
You're the poison, right? You're the kid that I ain't seen do nothing. That's the poison. Because Keenan is one of the best slots that we've ever seen, and DJ Moore is an absolute dog everywhere on the field. I'm going to worry about the rookie a little bit less. I think that creates the opportunity. Malik Neighbors is doomed. Yeah, he knows it. He sees it.
I got two things. One, we go over 100 in the chat.
Over 100 in the chat.
I would say I want us to be careful, because this is the season right now of like hope and you don't want to necessarily
hope and hype.
Yeah, like the hype. I don't want to not like they're putting too much pressure on this guy, because what happens if he doesn't, start to perform? I mean, I anticipate that he will. What I like is that he seems to be a capable receiver coming in, hitting the ground running. Am I expecting him to maybe, as the season progresses, he should be that guy? Yes. I just like that. I feel comfortable that we got a guy. It's not a Kevin White situation. You know, you come
a
in
guy
there.
that has talent.
Oh,
You
Lord.
know, it's not a David
Lord.
Terrell situation. It's not one of these. We get these guys. I mean, what I would like is it turns into an Alshon or a Brandon Marshall situation. Guy comes in, he's producing right away.
If I
See-
could say something about that, though. If we look at any of the rookies, Caleb,
Shadow Boy said, Joel, all we got is hope.
all we got to say,
All
Rome
we
has
got.
it.
That's
Rome-
one said by Hawkeye. Don't what?
Rome
Don't give me hope.
Rome has a better situation than Caleb does. Like Caleb can't hide behind anything.
Yeah.
Caleb is front and center. If he sucks, we're going to clearly see it. Rome can hide behind 3 individuals. I'd say 3 because I'm also including our tight end. Like 4 technically, if you want to go that route. Like he can hide behind that. His targets don't have to be great. He's going to have the excuse. You know, like all of that's there. I really don't think we need to go that way of hope. Like realistically, we should expect him to take advantage of the opportunity because he has so much infrastructure around
The
him
way everything
that it's like he's
Well-
going to be one-on-one most of he ain't getting doubled.
No.
I would say that what it is that because you have so many pieces on offense that one is like fresh legs, right?
Yeah.
Because if DJ Moore starts cooking, and then you got the slot with Keenan, that was Jordan. There's ad lib.
What the heck was that?
Good job. Fresh leg. I like it.
Clip that.
Clip it.
Dang it! Did we ever clip that other wild thing he said the other day? I don't think we did.
No, I forgot.
Good. Dang it! I don't know where that one's at. We got to scour the episodes.
No, but I think to your point, it's more about. I guess we could look up the history in the NFL of there have been situations like this where other players have come in when there's an influx of talent and see how that works out. I just think it might be one of those deals where he comes in and he had like an impact for 60 yards because, you know, he's a decoy.
Right.
Because now DJ Moore could eat. Keenan Allen is like getting all the little slot stuff. Then you still got 2 tight ends. And then we still got the running back that can catch. So it's like, you know, I think the expectations are Rome Odunze is the next Randy Moss, so he should be getting 100 yards per game. And it's more like he's probably going to get an impact of 50, 60 here and there.
I don't think that's our expectation on him, though. I think our expectation is more of a what can you do with the opportunities that you're going to get? Almost like who's in the fifth, like who we got in the 5th round, right? Almost an Austin Booker. My expectations are when I see you in limited time, what do you do with it?
Yeah.
When I see you in the opportunities that you get, how do you take advantage of it? And I think that's the way that you have to look at this team because of what we said, how much talent is on this team. That doesn't mean that there's not a lack of talent. That don't mean that you can't see more. That don't mean that by the end of this year, we don't see him getting more opportunities than Keenan Allen or DJ Moore, because guess what? There is going to be this thing of like, I'm going to throw it to the dude that like I have the best relationship with. Caleb and Rome have something in common already. They got drafted together. Yeah. They're in the same class. They want to prove that, hey, guess what? No matter what,
they're actual peers.
We're the ones
Yes.
that are putting Chicago on our back. Everybody that's here, right? We want them to come with us, but we want it to be known that this is the draft class that changed Chicago, and everybody's getting paid if we play together. So I think that legitimately, if you're looking at Rome Odunze coming into the league and the situation that he's in, and you feel like, oh, we don't want to put too much pressure on him. I don't think there's a way to put too much pressure on him. Because to me, Rome starts off slow. Okay, we got 5 other options. Nobody's looking at him crazy. Rome starts off fast. We still got 5 other options. Nobody's looking at him crazy.
You know, that's
crazy.
Randy Moss is 6'4", 210.
I know.
That's just crazy.
It's the same measure.
Well, I'm just saying.
But that's what my point of it. Now, listen, I'm not saying he's going to be Randy Moss. Everybody calm down.
No, Randy Moss.
Nobody said he was going to be Randy Moss. Everybody breathe a little bit.
We got Randy Moss.
Oh, boy. Yeah. First off, we got Randy Moss with the 9th overall pick. Blessings. But no, I think that the point is what Hoosh was saying was that it's not something we've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look around the league, who is similar to Rome? Who's comparable to Rome? Justin Jefferson is 6'1".
Jordan Addison?
Jordan Addison is 6'1".
No, Jordan's too small.
No, Jordan Addison is 5. He might be 6 foot.
No, Jordan Addison is 5'11".
Well, who was another guy that came out? I mean, he had 1,600 yards.
But here's the thing: you're talking about
Quentin. It'd be that Quentin dude.
Quentin Johnston.
Quentin Johnson. He's 6'5",
6'4". Yeah,
he's skinnier, I believe.
Nah, he's a big dude.
He's tall, but he's skinny.
Yeah, but he don't run routes.
He don't run routes.
He don't run routes.
210 is skinny.
But here's the thing: when you look at now, listen, you have to actually be able to pull it off, right?
He's the
but
same
when
size.
you look at everybody in the NFL, right? DK's got the size, got the hands. I think DK is a very mid route runner.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, and versus zone coverage, DK disappears
That
completely.
man just gonna beat you up on the route. That's all he gonna
Yeah,
do.
you know what I mean?
There's a reason he
I'm
dropped. There's a
stronger
reason
than
he
you.
dropped, though.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
a
stronger than
big
you.
tank running down.
Yeah, 100%. But
He's sick. He too.
you're talking about speed. You're talking about ball skills, pause. You're talking about footwork. You're talking about route running ability. This is a young man that, at least from his college tape, has all of that.
Everything.
Yeah, I mean, so you're trying to find a guy in the league that has all of that.
Yeah.
And if now it's got to translate, you got to see it in the league. But right, that's the guys that we talk about that have that. What is the dude that went 3rd overall?
Yeah.
Or 4th overall to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
That's the other guy that I see in the league right now that we
Looks
talk about
similar,
with
yeah.
all of those things, all of those skills. And so I do think that it is a comparable thing to say, I don't know if we have a receiver in the league like this. And if we do, he may be in Arizona and all the focus is on him.
Who's I'm drawing a blank. Who's the receiver in
Oakland,
Devontae
Devontae
Yeah,
Adams.
Devontae.
He's
Devontae?
bigger and faster than
He
Devontae.
said he's, yep, that's exactly what TJ said. Yeah.
And so this is what's so exciting about it.
That's the thing, right? Devontae is what, 6'2"?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
6'4".
No, he's 6'3".
He's 6'4".
Who? Rome?
Rome,
Like
6'4".
Roman
Roman
I think
6'3".
6'3".
Roman
6'3".
6'3", 215.
Devontae's 6'1", 215.
I think the closer you get to him in stature is CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah,
CeeDee Lamb is-
that's what I was trying to
CeeDee
think.
Lamb is
It's a good
6'3",
comparison.
230.
He's 6'2", 200.
He heavier.
No, 200. He's small.
No,
Roman's
I'm saying
bigger. Yeah,
I'm saying
Rome-
Rome Odunze is
Roman's,
heavy.
That's a Randy Moss.
You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah,
that the
210.
whole point, the whole reason I wanted to bring this up today was because it's like when you start to really going down the line and looking at, okay, what does this guy do? Who's the guy that's like this? Like the guys that we compare him to, he's bigger and stronger than all of them. Now you got to do it. This is all on paper. Paper looks
Yeah.
great. We've started many a season excited about paper. I'm not saying that paper is going to play out.
That loose leaf.
That loose leaf, big loose leaf. Yeah, a lot of loose leaf, crumpled up loose leaf on this team.
This is one of those situations where it almost doesn't matter how big he is, because like realistically, the skill set justifies him being a number 1, number 2 receiver. He's technically the 3rd receiver. Who's really matching up with him?
I mean, listen, the DBs, it's the best DBs in the world. So there's going to be guys that know how to match up with bigger body receivers. I mean,
What
freaking,
team has that many
I watched
DBs?
Jalen Ramsey destroy DK Metcalf. I watched Jalen Ramsey go toe-to-toe with Devontae Adams. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be guys that can go head up with him. I'm not saying he's going to come in and be amazing and not, well, I guess I am
To
saying
your
that.
point, no.
But I'm not saying he's going to come in and be unstoppable, should I say.
But think about the teams that have multiple deep threats or multiple threats at the receiver position
That's
and
a good
how
one,
well they
Gucci
get
finesse.
covered. Like Cincinnati only loses because they have no line. No one's really covering. Like they double one person, the other person gets busy. You think of another team, Minnesota, when they had Kurt, when Kurt was healthy, they got busy. Like no team is really well equipped to cover the entire gambit of what we have. Am I wrong?
Well, I mean, you do have a few teams that have decent cornerbacks from 1 to 3, like Detroit just re-upped. You do have Philly that re-upped. You got some teams out there, but
definitely.
normally, usually from cornerback 1 to cornerback 3, there's still a little bit of a gap where you can still kind of take advantage, whether it be the height because you got a slot corner versus an X receiver or something like that. But
I'll tell you this though: the team that matches up best to actually slow down this wide receiving core, they got to play against them in practice.
hey, that's a good
Yeah.
point.
Ain't that lovely?
That's a good
They got to play
point.
against them in practice.
That is a good
You want to talk
point.
about a team that's 1 through 3, some pretty good DBs?
Yep.
The Chicago Bears.
Yeah,
But
The
that,
Chicago Bears, like that. So like that elevates your game even more. Monday through Friday. And listen, I've been in training camp, and I think it's going to be a different vibe this year. One thing, listen, the reason there was bands flying around, right? Band. You know what I mean? Like the reason they were flying around left and right last year is because they were trying to manufacture some energy from the offense. From how Caleb Williams walked in, I don't think there's going to be any manufacturing of energy from the offense. I don't think there's going to be any lack of talking, lack of jawing back and forth. And I think it's going to make this team better. Last year, the defense was talking crazy.
Hey, you know what?
I'm talking about like I was sitting there, I was like, all right, I understand some of these bands. Like, can't let somebody disrespect you like that.
And unlike any other wide receiver coming into this draft, obviously, you know, we have 2 players that's coming to the draft that is in the most enviable position. Our quarterback and our wide receiver are put into the best position possible, as drafted as high as they possibly could be drafted in. Not only that, you got a guy, and you could just tell he has, just like what Caleb has, that it factor. You could just tell he's going to be a star. And at the same token, he already told you he's vying to be the offensive rookie player of the year.
Yeah.
So if you got these guys that's going to compete against each other to be top offensive player of the year between Odunze and Caleb on the same team, and no other wide receiver is going to have this type of open field, no protect. You got a scheme for DJ Moore, and you got a scheme for Keenan Allen, number one wide receivers. This man is going to be left open in the slot.
Yeah.
So it's a fun time to be alive to be a Bears fan because you got these guys that are vowed to be superstars.
And I think too. I mean, to this point, I've been saying it this entire time. Is what you brought up. The fact that Caleb even has to go against these guys in practice. Once they get later on down the road to play those tougher teams, it won't be as tough because he's going to say, "Oh, well, I've seen this in practice," or our defense is just as tough as this one, or I've seen these looks. So he might be able to cook a little bit when you get to those teams that we talk about have the major defenses.
Yeah. I'm not tempering expectations. And again, based off of the topic, I'm not looking for him to get 1,800. If he does, sweet. If he wins Rookie of the Year,
sweet,
awesome. But I would rather it be Caleb just because of what we were trying to accomplish. But within his role, being that third receiver, outside of Marvin probably being the guy on his team and Malik being the guy on his team, I'm looking for him to get about 500 yards at the least. And if he can get something around that where he can play within his sample size and kill, I'm all for it.
You saying 500 yards the season?
Receiving
for the year?
Yeah.
I would think that their goal is to go for like 4,000 yards, over 4,000 yards passing.
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind DJ and Keenan are probably going to get 1,100 to 1,200 each.
That's 22.
I don't think Keenan gets over that amount. I think that
Cole Kmet may take up.
I think Keenan probably is still a 1,000-yard receiver.
Well,
because it's
maybe
not
at 1,000.
Keenan's
1,300 yards in 13 games.
It's not crazy.
But his role is going to probably change a little bit when he gets here.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't think so. Because here's the thing: Mike Williams was opposite him in Are we back?
I think we're back.
Are we back?
We're
Are
back.
we back online?
No.
All right, we're switching this garbage
thank you.
out.
See, this is what happens when you rely on that other brand. Yeah, that other brand. You know what I mean? Not that Chicago-based brand of internet that seems to always be so incredibly reliable. When you try that other brand that's dabbling, that was struggling with cell phone service as well. Didn't they lose like a whole? I think it was all through the country, like the day.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. I mean, my God, what great he said when City Breeze Internet is coached by Darvin Ham.
Well,
Oh God.
this internet knows when to call timeout. So
Well done. 1,000 points. I'll allow it. I will allow it. Yeah, man. Sorry about that. Sorry about the technical difficulties. That was mad annoying.
Anyways,
Yeah, I mean, listen, getting back into the show as we lost like half of the audience on that mug. Getting back into the show, though, I just think that, when you look at a guy like Odunze and the talent that he has, this is a young man that has a real opportunity to come in here and be special. And I believe in what Hoosh said, right? I believe that this young man, like you said, if not in a draft with Marvin and Malik, is by far the best wide receiver in this draft. And with opportunity, that could put him over the top of the other two. Like I think he's in the best case scenario for the position that he's in. So
and maybe it's just a more bias. He was the leading receiver in college, but Neighbors is at LSU. You got Marvin at Ohio State, so there's a little more juice coming out of those different colleges. Versus being out there in Washington, Pac-12. It might be a little bit of the bias of their competition versus who they play, like the Big Ten and the SEC. So I think that carries more weight. But either way, hopefully it works out that we probably got one of the best options or the best talent that comes out of that trio regardless.
Yeah.
Or they're just it's like the draft of the Eli Manning, Roethlisberger, Phillips Rivers year. Or it's one of those where you have capable talent that came out and all of them are really good players in their own right.
Well, I think that is what's going to happen. I don't. This is not the which one's going to suck conversation, right? This is going to be like, hey, did you go get the best wide receiver that you could have gotten at 9? Because a great wide receiver went at 3, another great wide receiver went at 6 with no quarterback.
no quarterback.
Yeah.
He's got to throw the football to himself. he's got to like punt the football up and then run and then catch it.
Coach, we're gonna call a free
flipper. The Giants cracked me up. Remember when they drafted a running back with no offensive line? This is a great organization. But 2,000
yards.
And then they killed him for going to the opposite.
2,000 yards from scrimmage. That's what you was gonna say. 2,000 yards from scrimmage.
Literally ran for his life every time.
2,000 yards from scrimmage, and he couldn't wait to get him out the door. But no, I just appreciate. I'm glad that we have the opportunity to have such a good young wide receiver in the building to be mentored by the other. That's the other part that nobody pays attention to, right? Like
mentorship, bro.
Marvin's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no questions. Marvin's the best wide receiver on that team. Malik Neighbors, the guy. Malik Neighbors might be the best defensive player on that team as well. You know what I mean? Like,
all right.
You know what I mean? Like, listen. Well, I guess not. They got Brian Burns. I ain't gonna disrespect Brian Burns.
They got Brian Burns.
He probably could play some corner. He might need to.
Is that legal?
He might need to. What? Somebody? Who's old boy out of Colorado? He might be doing it next year.
Oh yeah. Next year, yeah.
I mean,
he's a DB and a receiver.
Joe trying to lock in the dual screen here as I talk about Ringo's. As I talk about Ringo's. Yeah, I mean, Bill said, "Dang, Ringo, fight back."
Fight back.
Come on, Kirk.
Legitimately, the best person on your team is a rookie right now, right?
Nah, Brian Burns.
No.
Brian Burns.
Talking about Malik? No. No.
Trade my Brian Burns.
We got Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau.
I just want him to go down the
list.
We
speaking French over here.
Yeah.
I just want to hear the list.
Talking about we speak French now. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Speaking of we, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Before we get into this next topic, talking about the wide receiver trios, we got to invite you guys to the Breeze 30K party this Saturday. Cue the commercial.
Cue the commercial.
He was not ready.
Well, I
That's
thought
how
you
you know when
I
somebody
actually thought
says
you were
it.
doing it.
Super producer Joe Holt,
And we want to party with you. That's right. Come celebrate with us for our 30K party at Logan 11, May 11th at 8 p.m.
I do the talking right here. Yeah, pull up on us. $20 gets you in one drink, a lot of drinks. Let's have some fun. Got a lot going on that night. What are we doing?
Well, come hang with us. We'll talk some Bears, maybe some Bulls, maybe some White Sox.
You ain't watching White Sox.
Yeah, you're darn right. So, hey, look, grab your tickets, and the link is in the description below. So come hang out with us and see the whole crew. That's JC, we got Calvin, we got super producer, myself, and we got Pat, and we got Ringo.
We forgot Kid.
And we got Kid. Don't forget Kid. Let's go.
We always forget Kid. Joe straight forgot about you. I mean, you did show up late on the day that he forgot about you. So, I mean, listen, it is what it is. Hey, man, appreciate y'all tuning in to Show Love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what's
Messed
up.
up.
Traffic
Messed
was quick
up.
kicking my butt on the commercial.
Traffic
too.
been
Don't worry-
kicking
don't
your
worry about
butt ever since you joined the show.
it. You live
I'm going to tell you
an
this
hour
right
and a half
now.
away from me.
I'm going to tell you this right now, dog. You are the Vegeta of traffic, dog. You fight hard every time, but you do not win.
Never. Time out. I resent that.
Why?
I resent that statement.
Why?
I don't know. It just don't feel good.
Honesty?
That's crazy.
Hey, man, let's talk about some of these wide receiver trios in the NFL as we break down. I mean, listen, some dogs out there when you look around the NFL. Where would you rank the Chicago Bears as far as wide receiver trios? And there's some really good ones out there. I mean, Joel, you got a nice list prepared for us, my
I
boy?
do.
Got a nice list of guys
Nice
prepared for us.
Hey.
Nice, man. We got to
Got
find
the
out.
mic on the table.
So actually, based off of SB Nation, they had ranked this was the top 10 coming into 2024. So they rated the Houston Texans as number 1,
Ooh.
Chicago
Mad
Bears number 2,
Mm.
Miami Dolphins 3, Seattle Seahawks 4, Eagles 5, the 49ers 6, the Rams 7th, the Bengals 8, and the Minnesota
Yeah, the
Vikings
Bengals
9,
failed.
and Colts 10th. I don't even want to sound like a homer, but I actually would have
They
put
tripping.
Houston maybe number 3, put the Bears number 1, and maybe put Houston number 2. Because Stephon Diggs is good. Tank Dell is Nico Collins.
Hey,
a dog.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Miami's one.
Miami's one.
Yeah, I mean they got
You
Odell,
can't put
Tyreek.
anybody above Miami.
All right, fine.
Like Tyreek Hill, like Jalen Waddle is like the clear cut number 2. Like we forget Jalen Waddle's down there sometimes, and he's like the best wide receiver on most teams.
Yeah.
Minnesota being 9 cap.
No, I'm fine with Minnesota being
Well,
9
having
because
the best receiver with another.
here's
1
the
to
thing.
3.
Here's the
1
thing.
to 3.
Here's the thing.
What are we basing this off of?
That's SB Nation.
I
that came out
think
with
I think just skill set.
So how was Miami
Now, here,
one?
I will
'Cause
say
Odell Beckham ain't catching up with them. That's 400
Hey,
yards. right
chill,
there. He done.
chill. We know.
But that's
First up, Odell's done. It's okay. It's
but
all right.
that's how good
He ain't
Tyreek
got nothing
is.
to prove.
Tyreek and Jalen Waddle is.
But realistically,
I think that's the thing, right? It's about how heavily carried are some of these guys, right? When you look at the Cincinnati Bengals, there's no question Jamar Chase is carrying the load. Paul. Right. When you look at Justin Jefferson and the Minnesota Vikings, it's Justin Jefferson and the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle to me are a 1 and 1A. And I think that's the thing. It's not a 1A 2.
And that's why he.
Yeah, I mean, like I think when you look at most of the squads up there, once you get to like, I'd say 5. When you get to 5, when you get to Philly, San Fran, Rams, Cincinnati, you look at the ones. Maybe I'm not gonna lie to you. Rams might be a little low.
no,
Rams might be a little low.
Addison almost cracked 1,000 yards.
They got Rams that low because of white guys.
Addison almost cracked 1,000 yards as a rookie, and he didn't even have his primary quarterback since October.
Man,
Almost cracked 1,000 yards. How much?
9-11, 70%.
I'm not saying he's bad.
Like that kid's a
Is
dog.
he better than either 1 or 2 on the Chicago Bears?
I think he.
No.
I dare you to say he's better than either DJ Moore
No,
or
I
Keenan
don't think
Allen.
he's better. I think he could compete because again, like
Yeah,
he
but
didn't get a chance of like he didn't have a quarterback.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now. He's got Sam Darnold this year. He still really ain't got a quarterback.
I mean, no, they got
They got JJ. JJ's supposed to sit.
JJ starting.
I mean, listen. I mean,
Sam
listen.
Darnold.
They got
Stop it.
Sam Darnold.
Hey, Sam is there for preseason.
Well, I mean, I'd hope he got paid for a little more than that. But no, I think that a lot of these, right, you look at them, and not to say that the second guy is bad, but like when I look at the Bears, you have a 1, you have a 1A, and then you have well, I mean, Rome is 2 clearly, but like it depends on the game. Keenan Allen could be the best receiver in the game. DJ Moore could be the best receiver in the game. I think it just depends on how you try to cover these guys. And then Rome Odunze comes in with the scraps. I feel the same way about the Houston Texans. Here's the one thing I do know. You can cover Jordan Addison. Is he good? Yeah.
I got us top 3. I just don't think that.
I don't think we're 1.
I don't think Minnesota.
I don't think Houston. I don't think Houston's number 1. I think if you want to replace Miami and Houston, I would do that and swap them out. I'd keep Chicago at 2. I think Odell Beckham is still serviceable because he's in a role where he's behind superstars. His last time he was productive was when he was behind Cooper Kupp and they went to the Super Bowl. And so, I think that's what you can switch those two.
I said the Rams are too low. To me, the Rams are way too low.
Hold on. What
Rams are way too low to me.
The Rams are
put up.
I'm telling you, the Rams are that low because it's 2 white guys.
That's racist. Yeah.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, there's no way you look at the Rams with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua.
Puka's black.
And you go, half.
You Drake now?
Come on, Drake.
Isn't he Samoan?
He is. Yeah.
No, he is.
I mean,
But you said it's 2 white guys. Puka black.
You seen Puka?
Yeah, he look Mexican.
Like Samoan.
Is this mixed on mixed crime? Oh, I seen him.
He look Mexican.
I seen him.
Mixed.
This is mixed
Hey,
on mixed
white
crime.
guy.
Hey, isn't it great that we got this luxury that we can talk about the fact that we're in the top 3 potential
Yeah, that's
of wide receivers?
And here's the thing. It's not and this is what I love about it, right? When you look at the Bears wide receiver crew, it's not a maybe.
Yeah,
There's no maybe. The Bears have
They legit.
arguably, I mean, you could argue the best wide receiving core in football.
You could definitely argue it.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't think that you would win the argument, but you could argue it.
They're in.
I don't think you'd win the argument off of
I
accomplishment.
got them top 5.
Yeah.
Top 3. You wild.
You got top 3. I'm wild in top 3.
Top 3 wild and where?
San Fran.
Brandon Ayuk
Philly.
may not even beat him.
No.
Is he on the roster right now?
Hey, will he be on the roster on
Is
training
he
camp?
on? Okay. So San Fran won.
You got them the first in the league?
San Fran. Fine. Philly won.
I respect that more, but
Philly won. Houston Texans 2. San Fran 3.
this is his list.
San Fran 3 is. After that, then I got the Bengals.
Jesus.
I'll take the Rams.
Wait, where'd you put the Bears?
I got the Bengals and then I'll put the Bears.
Well,
the Bears are where?
Thank you for your contributions, Ringo. We appreciate
Hey,
it.
listen,
We're done for the Windy City
my
Breeze.
favorite-
Because
My favorite thing about Ringo
I'm
lists is
saying,
they always be a little suspect. Remember when he didn't have Jordan on his greatest shooting guards list?
No, who's above it?
That was AD. That was AD.
Actually, that was AD.
AD was crazy.
So if you
for
want
that.
to try to clown, get it right.
I mean, we still saw you
No,
on video saying that Michael Jordan
time out.
wasn't.
That's
I'm a clown
because-
because AD actually forgot. Like that was a legitimate moment for him. You literally chose not to put him on your list. You said it's my list. You tried to defend it. That's
Bro,
worse.
I
would
did
say
not
this-
understand the question. I pulled a JC. You got it.
Well, I would say this.
Whoa,
No,
JC.
JC.
Hold on. Why you trying to put me under the bus?
Oh,
He ain't never pulled nothing. I get my
Little beige
predictions
rage
right
in
in
the
the back.
rolling over.
Jesus.
You feeling that?
What's going on here, Ringo?
What he do, Joe?
Just riding over. We got in the
Yeah,
bus. He's riding over.
I'm just saying, like,
Back it up.
I'm just saying it's because for me when I look at the list,
You're the guy.
like
You're the
these receiving cores have done things that the Bears, like receiving core in total, just haven't right
What
now.
haven't
Like
DJ
what?
Moore?
That's the only
All
reason
pro
why.
receivers,
that's-
1,400 yards.
What haven't DJ Moore?
The
and
ones
Keenan
that I
Allen done?
mentioned have been to the Super Bowl.
You said we're talking about personal accomplishments, not Super Bowl. We're talking
I'm
about
not-
individual statistics.
I'm just saying the way that I see it.
Hey, man, you ain't seeing them, man.
Hey,
I don't know, brother.
I would say this.
I would put San Francisco up
like
But look, wait.
No,
guys,
you
guys,
gotta put San Fran.
there. Add one?
Guys. We have two
Not at one.
1,000-yard receivers, and then our third
Easy money.
is a potential rookie. When you look at the third options on some of these teams, I mean, I think that we grade out a lot better. I mean, yes, Stephon Diggs is a true 1,000-yard receiver, right? Tank Dell, Nico's a good receiver.
I think this list may be updated where we finally learn where Boyd lands.
Well, who?
Tyler Boyd.
Oh, Tyler Boyd.
It would help if you talked into the mic a little bit.
I am.
You were looking like
My bad.
right
My
over
bad.
it.
Like when we finally understand where he lands, I think this might shift a little bit.
Well, that's cool.
That's a big.
V-Dog. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I
for
guess.
pointing
Like
that out.
I guess that would help a core. I don't think he ends up on any of these teams though.
He could.
I don't think so. Not really money wise. Like maybe no. Seattle definitely don't need another wide receiver.
Seattle.
Philly may do it just to add to the wealth of riches. I guess the Rams could do it to add to the wealth of riches.
He'd be better than that. Well,
but the Rams been over the cap for 40 years, so who knows? But I think we're also
the Bengals could get him back.
Probably because I think the relationship is broken there.
I think so.
That's one of those Alshon Jeffrey situations where I'll play for you for less money than go back and play for you.
Did y'all realize Nico Collins had almost 1,300 yards receiving?
Oh yeah,
But Tank was getting the love. Tank was 700. Well, wasn't he a rookie last year?
He was a rookie.
700 yards receiving.
And Tank was getting the touchdowns.
Right. He had seven touchdowns.
Yeah.
To 8 and
47 receptions.
But here's
to have 700 yards but 47 receptions.
That means he was a deep threat. He was the deep ball guy.
But even
here's why I don't think it's too far ahead though to put the Bears top 3.
I got him 3. Yeah.
We're not talking about 1,000-yard receivers. DJ Moore was a 1,300-yard receiver last year.
Facts.
Almost a 1,400-yard receiver. And he missed 2 games.
With a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen was a 1,200-yard receiver.
Also with a bad quarterback.
And he missed 2 games. Not with a bad quarterback. No, you're right.
Better quarterback.
You're right. You're right. Man, you're right. Real mid. Real mid.
Right.
When I need to count on somebody to throw the game losing pick,
bad quarterback.
Foul. There he is, following in Phillip Rivers' footsteps.
I just think
that's a 1,200-yard 1,200-yard wide receiver. So you got 2 1,300-yard plus wide receivers, or 1,200-yard plus wide receivers
with no anticipation.
But my point is that there's only so many yards to go around. Like in the grand scheme, yes, it's going to be 1,200, 13 maybe, but someone's suffering. Whether it's Keenan or
Probably
Rome
Cole.
It's going to be Rome. It's going to be Cole.
You still
There'll be the secondary options.
Right.
Your hope is to build what the Bengals had. Bengals had a 1,500-yard receiver, a 1,100-yard receiver, and a 900-yard receiver.
Right.
The year they end up going to the Super Bowl. That's your hope that you're trying to build out here.
I mean,
the tight ends are about to be like.
I'm gonna tell you who's
y'all also on the team.
I'm gonna tell you whose receiving core don't even matter. The Eagles.
Huh?
What? Anyway.
You know how I feel about that. You know how I feel about
do you
Jalen
mean they
Hurts?
don't matter as far as what?
That man ain't gonna get that ball that much.
Listen, he just think Jalen Hurts not a good quarterback.
I think Jalen Hurts is just a
I'm sorry.
But Kirk is like that.
Hey,
but Kirk is like
he ain't gonna get the ball that much,
bro.
But Kirk is like
we
that.
haven't rolled credits in a while, man.
But Kirk is what? Count the yards. Don't even do it.
He also said Lamar Jackson was trash.
And then I apologize.
Yeah, as he said,
J. Cole.
You know what I mean?
J. Cole over here.
I said I was sorry.
apologize.
Hey,
Listen, I admit when I was wrong.
Also said Derek Carr could be Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean?
I apologize for that one.
Those quarterback takes ain't always
Hey,
there.
listen, I'm 50-50. That's a good percentage.
That's
I got a better
50-50.
percentage.
50 on what?
Hey,
You
listen,
just
I got
missed
a
two.
better
What do you
percentage.
mean? Hey, listen. You don't
take
get
me
to count 50-50
If Matt
when it
Eberflus-
starts off with you being wrong
if
and
Matt
then you get it.
Eberflus could count his losing record as a good coach, I'm a great analyst. I'm 50-50. Boom.
Yeah, all right. 50% of the time he gets it right
Every time. Hey, listen, that man is like 13 and 20 something. I'm good. I'm
Gucci
great.
Finesse said, can't listen to kid QB options or Ringo's wide receiver rankings.
My wide receiver rankings are based off what these dudes already did together.
That's cool.
I mean, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I hear you.
I mean, I'm just they still top 5.
Dude, let me ask you this. Do they lose talent because they go to a different team? Like you saying wide receiver chemistry, like your wide receivers running different routes have to be on the perfect page. Like,
why you have to say that?
and they both the smartest, they're both two of the smartest wide receivers in the league.
You could have let me live a little bit.
I think from a talent perspective, and then based off age, you have to. I mean, DJ Moore's what 26.
DJ Moore's 26.
Yeah,
now Keenan, he's 30.
Keenan's 32.
32.
He'll be 32. Yeah.
But now we got this young guy. But the
27,
skill
32.
set, based off the rankings. I mean, if you would do the average, they're up there. I mean, because Tyreek Hill, great player. Let's say from a Madden standpoint, he's a 90-something, right?
He's 99.
Yeah,
Actually.
he's 99 man. Yeah, he
There
one of
you-
those guys.
There you go.
He that dude.
But then the averages. Jalen Waddle is probably a good receiver. And Odell is probably like an 80-something. But
I mean, Jalen Waddle really
81.
good,
see. So okay, well, if I was to do that, then I would say that based off of the rankings of our squad, we're up there. It's a top 3
Yeah.
receiving core.
No, I think the Bears have, and I think here's the thing: a lot of us aren't put to, I guess, Ringo's point. Ringo just wanted to completely disrespect him, probably because he don't have no quarterback. But to Ringo's point, the reason that we can't put them as the best is because we haven't seen it on the field.
About Ringo's angle, man. He's look like he hiding.
It makes it look like he's sadder than he actually is. He's like down under the
credit shot.
Sit up, Ringo. Sit up, David. Jesus Christ.
Fight back.
Fight back, Ringo.
Oh man.
Hey, just in case he hauls off and like goes postal, I am not laughing at you.
Hey, I guess I'm about to take the right
Hey,
hook.
listen, I am on your side, Steph.
Oh, you not.
Nope.
Hey, man, let's keep this thing moving along. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Show love. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Before we get into best and worst, let's talk a little NBA playoffs. A young man is going to be playing tonight. A young man is going to be playing tonight. Tonight. Whoa.
Yeah, wow.
The drums.
No, I knew what it was. I appreciate that.
Gonna make it. Why you
Calm
going
down.
on me?
That was your solo. That was your 5 seconds.
We was giving you the solo. He was trying to give you the solo. He didn't want it.
Get it. If you're telling me, no. I
Oh, God. He don't even know the words.
Everything. No, anyway.
Calm down. You don't hurt yourself.
But you won't.
Anthony Edwards right now
Pause.
is, first off, he's taking this league by storm.
Mhm.
Your name is made in the playoffs. A lot of people feel that he is the next face of the NBA.
Facts.
And I think that it is, speaking of faces of the NBA, it's because of his face.
Send a video.
You know what I mean? I need to know where his dad was.
Hey, relax.
I need to know where Michael Jordan was. At least 9 months before Anthony Edwards
I
was
don't think
born.
Pat get the reference.
I have
Oh,
questions.
nice.
Oh, I get it. Send the video. Is Anthony Edwards the next face of the league?
Yep.
And are y'all starting to get a little Jordan vibes from him?
Been getting
I
Jordan.
like
Nah,
what
he
Kevin
was-
Garnett said. He's like, he remind me of 84 Jordan. And the way that they show the clips of him dunking on
Yep.
everybody is like, it's very
It's
reminiscent.
more like
Gets me all
89.
tingly inside. Ooh.
I'm a little hot
You
and
gonna be
ready.
a-
Huh?
you gonna be a
A little hot and
T-Wolf
ready.
fan?
Ooh.
The hot and ready.
Hey, I'm gonna buy a jersey. I'm definitely buying an NBA.
I'm not a
jersey.
Jersey guy.
I'm buying a jersey.
I don't do
That
it.
Wolves jersey is
I'll
nice.
get a Holt jersey.
I'll get a Wolves
And they
jersey.
got some foam posits that go real good
Yes.
with that jersey.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I know what you're
I'll
talking
get
about. I
some
know what you're
foams
talking
in
about.
in that jersey.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly
I
what's
know
about to
exactly
happen.
what you're talking about.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. Like it's so strange because when you talk about right faces of the NBA, I think the thing that makes people want to have him as the face is he hasn't gone the Ja Morant route. What I mean by that is Ja Morant has been very, I'm gonna be Ja no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the best point guard in the NBA. I'm gonna be the dog. I'm gonna be the guy that's gonna kill. Y'all already know this, and I'm gonna tell you at every turn of events. And then he did stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't mix in the stupid stuff with that. I'm fine with you talking as loud as you want to talk, as crazy as you want to talk. We ain't worried about nobody in the West, but you also got to back that up.
I
And
really
the biggest
hate
problem
that.
with Ja is from the time he said we ain't worried about nobody in the West, his team went 14-22, I believe, in the rest of the season. So it makes it very hard to not be worried about nobody in the West when you can't beat nobody in the West.
Hey, I love John Morant. I was so disappointed to see his the way his career.
Well,
going.
now it's injury. So this year's been
But I'm
injury.
saying all of it. It's all to he was a rising star. It was
Yeah.
like because we were talking about that. Like I think I was having a conversation where that transitions when Mike left and the void that we had of talent when Penny got hurt, Grant Hill got hurt, Larry Johnson got hurt. There was a void there. Then
for that
eventually
year.
Kobe came.
Yeah.
Kobe grew in.
Oh, you talk, yeah. Hey, the NBA has some dark
like,
days.
And now you're seeing.
I ain't gonna lie to you, the NBA
Right.
did have some dark days.
So now to see, but you're
Yeah,
talking about
lockout season and
Durant.
stuff, yeah.
We're talking about the Splash Brothers.
Yeah.
We're talking about Westbrook. All those guys that were really hot, like
Harden.
2010.
Yeah.
They're all fading out, and it's like, and at least it's an American guy. Because
Yeah,
now it's
right.
like, all the European guys are taking over this league, and it's
Yeah.
like we don't have anybody.
Mhm.
So it'd
Yeah.
be great to finally get someone that's homegrown, on the U.S. soil that actually could be the face and doing this thing and not going to ruin it. Like Zion has been a disappointment. Ja is
he's trying to turn it. He's trying to turn it around.
But it's
too late now.
He's been in the league how many years?
Not really though.
Well, how's it too late?
Not really. Because here's the thing. If
Mark, go ahead.
Too late is just based on what we're seeing right now. If he all of a sudden
How was he?
he had a
Who
for the
Zion?
most part
He had a
healthy
good
season this
Had a
year.
good season.
Had a
Still
good
young.
season, a little bit down
He's still
numbers,
young,
but I mean, like if you continue to play the way that you played this year and you actually finally start to get healthy, Joel Embiid missed his first 3 seasons.
Wait, Zion is only 23.
Zion's only
No,
23.
I'm gonna tell
like 23.
you. Hear me out. I'm gonna tell you
forget
why
these
he
guys
missed
are
the boat.
19 coming in.
I'm gonna tell you why he missed the boat. And this is actually wrapped around my favorite player. When Kobe got in trouble, that whole moment is where LeBron, they really had to find the next face of the league. What happened the next year? LeBron got drafted. LeBron wasn't the best player in the league.
Was that 03?
He was 03. The charge happened in 02.
Oh, you're right.
It lasted
Yeah.
into 03. He dealt with it for a
Wait,
while.
hold on, let me get these credits.
When you are the best player in the league, and then all of a sudden you have something that disastrous happen to you, you lose the marketability. Ant-Man right now is one of the most marketable young stars in the league. Outside of, I would say Shea.
Wait, you
Shea.
said LeBron.
Shea.
The only time now I defend LeBron up until 2010. So I like LeBron to a point. You just said he wasn't the best player coming out in
No,
in
he
the
was
league?
saying he wasn't the best
In the
player in the
league.
NBA.
He wasn't the
yeah,
best player in the NBA.
he was a rookie.
He wasn't even.
Yeah.
He shouldn't even won Rookie of the Year.
He
No.
shouldn't have.
Carmelo
Carmelo
should've
should've
got
won.
one.
Carmelo's the
Yeah.
only rookie to win Rookie of the Month every single month and not win.
And not
Right,
win
right,
Rookie
right.
of the Year.
So
Hey.
like he Carmelo got to the playoffs. So it's not hate. Like realistically, it's just the marketability of it.
Yeah.
Once you miss that boat, it's over. All Ant-Man has to do is keep his nose clean for the next couple
That's
of
a
years,
fact.
and he is the face of the league.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
he
he's
has
not-
to win too.
Zion could go
No,
out
no.
there dunk on whoever, mama and whatever. That
But
don't
what
even matter. He could do whatever you want him to do.
Hey.
30 points a game, 10 rebounds, whatever. He's not going to be able to replace the fact that he's not as marketable anymore as Ant-Man.
I think marketable is based on success, but I'll tell you this: they're never going to market somebody as the face of the league that's in New Orleans.
Ain't nobody going
Chris
to the
Paul
smoothie
was
King
the
Center.
greatest point guard of his era.
Yep.
Nobody ever
Mhm.
cared about. Chris Paul was forgotten in so many conversations.
They
Chris
had
Paul
it.
was always the player that you went, "Oh, yeah, Chris Paul a
he
dog
is.
too."
No,
Yeah.
no,
Oh
he
yeah,
just
you got
got
one.
hurt.
We forgot about Chris Paul.
Yeah, yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Paul's
Like,
so
you know what I
crazy
mean? Like
because-
that's the real thing. Zion got to get out of New Orleans if he want to be the face of
That's
something.
true.
And
That
not
is
to say
true.
that Minnesota is a great place to be the face of something, but when you're doing it on the biggest stage versus the best teams,
That's
what are you
the
gonna
best
say?
talent.
Pat,
Ant-Man already has a shoe that people are buying and wearing casually.
and I'm gonna tell you something else. This kid got something that no other player got right now. He intimidates you. I saw intimidation in Kevin Durant. When this dude was barking at him and telling him, "Hey, I got you. I'm about to dog you out," and he kept hitting threes on him. What you see KD do? He just backed up and started laughing.
well, did y'all
He
hear?
started
him?
laughing.
Well, that's also Kevin Durant. He do that with everybody.
But
Kevin Durant's a different kind of good. I didn't take that as intimidation. Kevin Durant's the kind of good where you go,
It's actually
Are
respect.
"Are you for real talking to me?"
I got you, man.
It's actually respect.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a different kind of good. You know what I mean? Kevin Durant got the what they said, the Jordan one leg joint. Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, you
we
talking? Oh, you talking now? Yeah.
But what
No,
I would now did y'all hear the story
said
about it?
no.
Now the legend of Ant is building, and I think this is the thing.
Building.
We're starting to get the stories. We're starting to
Yeah.
get the mindset, and you're getting the one thing that I think a lot of the previous generation of stars didn't have. The previous generation said, "I'm great, and you gonna tell me I'm great because I know I'm great." LeBron says, "I'm the GOAT," right?
He's a very humble dude.
And it's somebody.
Yeah.
All these
He's a
Jordan
very
comparisons that are
humble
coming
dude.
out, and the reason I haven't sat here and going like,
It's
"This
valid.
dude, could he be the next Jordan? Could he be?" Because he literally just came out the other day and was like, "I wish I would stop calling me Michael Jordan. Like, he's the greatest player to ever walk the
Yeah.
face of the earth. I'm still trying to figure out how to win in the Western Conference
Yeah.
playoffs, right?" And that is something that we saw
Yeah.
Michael do. Michael's never said he's the GOAT. Now he's probably said it in private a lot,
Definitely
but
said it
he's
in
never
private.
Definitely said
said
it in
publicly
private.
because last time he had talked about it, right? He's like, "Listen, there's so many great players that have played this game. There's so many great players that are gonna play this game. How can you talk about a GOAT?"
Yeah.
Now he probably feel like he's the best player to ever dribble a basketball, and I think that's a mentality. I bet you
Yeah.
Kobe feel like he was the best player to ever dribble a basketball.
sure.
I understand why LeBron feels like that, but when you hear publicly the comments that Ant makes. It makes you go, okay, this kid got a little bit of a humble side to him. Then you see him on the court and you're like, oh, he want to rip your heart out. Oh, I love that about him. That is an era of NBA we have not had in a long time.
When
and
he sat there,
that's a fact.
I think too, you know, like because we talk about face of the league all the time. Because I remember when they did the all access going to Minnesota, because they wound up having a game, and he brought up him and Shea, and it's like they're like 1A and 1B to me, but they go about it in so many, like they go about it in different areas, but it's always the same goal. Like I'm trying to come out and kill. Like once we get on the court, which is dope to me. Like the NBA is in good hands, bro.
The mentality is different, even from, let's just be honest, with LeBron. Like I saw something where he says this is a guy who kind of takes after, you know, even though he doesn't want that kind of that acknowledgement, Kobe and MJ. To me, I think he has a way better killer instinct than LeBron ever had. And at 22 years old, I love seeing this because what got taken away from me was Derrick Rose going into his prime, killing the league, being the youngest MVP, and having that same killer type of instinct, leading his team and not really caring about all the other stars. Get out of my way. I mean, he was killing the greats that we talk about today, and Stephen Curry and Chris Paul and Rajon Rondo. All of those dudes feared him. And you're talking about a player who everybody probably is going to be fearing come his prime. This dude is nowhere near his prime yet.
Yeah. And I think that's it. And I don't think that he is somebody that like is telling you to fear him.
I like this.
But his game is telling you to fear him.
Shout out to Bobby.
Ant-Man is finally ending the friendship era. I would agree with that.
The Care Bears are
I would agree. I would agree with that.
Sharing is caring.
Because
Good call, Baki.
Here's the thing.
Good call, Baki.
Here's the thing, right? Like realistically speaking, Mike was friends with Barkley.
Yeah,
right. Mike
they didn't know each other like that.
No. Mike was friends with a lot of people.
No, they were cool. It was the Olympics and all that stuff that really started. Of course, they played all-star games and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, it was like what's happening now was that the Olympics was bringing all the other guys together. What?
Mike and Barkley were friends.
No, bro.
Mike and Barkley were best friends.
He actually just talked about. He actually just talked about that on Club Shay Shay.
But here's the thing. They knew when they got on the court.
It's time to kill each other.
You're not my friend. Yeah. Like they got to a point where they said Mike was taking people out trying to like mess them up. Hey, you're not gonna have a good game tomorrow. Yeah, get them drunk. And y'all go out and kick it. Like they were really, really close. But when you get on those lines, you ain't got to be close. It ain't, hey, it's good to see you, my brother. Yeah, I mean, we out here and don't hurt yourself. Yeah, I mean, get on up. It's like, nah, bro. Like if you in my way, you gotta die. And I think that's the part where, yes, I do agree. The friendship era is coming to a close because Ant ain't got a problem talking to nobody. And you got a lot of young players coming up right now that ain't got a problem talking to nobody. Shay, absolutely. Shay, you get Shay talking, Shay will be like, you for real want to do this? Yeah, I mean, Jai, we know Jai talked for years.
Yeah.
Jai ain't even on the court. He's still talking.
Hey, Jai talked himself out the league. I ain't worried about Jai.
No, Jai coming back. Jai coming back.
Jai's returning. Yeah.
Jai just, I hope he come back and figure out how to land. Just stop falling.
Hey,
Jai hit the court harder than anybody I've ever seen in NBA history.
I think that
you got D Rose on the same team.
I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that ship sailed for them. I think that I think he's going to be good. I don't think the team is going to be good.
I think you're giving up on players that are way too young to be given up on.
No, I said he's going to be good. I don't think the team is going to be good.
Jaren Jackson is 24.
Ja like 23.
I don't think that.
You know what I mean? Like the core of that team is young.
None of them are literally in their prime.
I think it's 25, 26. Yeah, I mean,
because normally when you talk about prime, you talk about 27 years
27,
old.
26.
27 to 32.
27 to 32.
Yeah.
27 to 32.
Yep.
These dudes are 23, 24.
That's my thing. Like they came into the league with this mind. Like he's so incredibly young. And that's why to me, like one, the Michael Jordan comparisons, way too early. The movements, I'm fine with that. People are talking about Ant being like, he about to be a Jordan level player. He's about to be Kobe. Got a long way to go before we get there. But it's okay to talk about how he moved. Listen, he did a move the other day. I swear. I put it on Twitter. It was so Michael to me.
Yeah.
Caught the ball. I think he had slow-mo on the right side of him.
Waved them off.
Told him clear through. slow-mo ran baseline, got to the other side. It was Ant one-on-one with KCP. Was it KCP that was on him?
Dog.
And he hit KCP with a boom, turnaround fade, Jay it in his face. And I was like, whoo, where was Michael on the date of what city? Because you know he was in Texas when Jimmy Butler, 9 months before Jimmy Butler was born. Where he from? Where's he from?
Hey, Pat, but is it too soon? Because I remember Larry Bird saying after that 1986 series, Jordan only being in his second year, coming off of a foot injury, this is God in basketball shoes.
Yeah, but Michael Jordan still didn't win till
I know, but I'm saying
4 years later,
acknowledgement of a guy that's ascending to being feared and being the greatest player in the league at that time. Bird already saying, "Yo, this dude is him."
Yeah,
I don't think it's too early.
I think we have to unless he wins this year or next year, something like that. People forget that Michael had to go through the 5 years after that of shooting guards don't win championships. The Chicago Bulls will never get out of the second round.
I don't think it's too early simply because Mike was the person that we revere now, even before he won. Mike was considered an all-time great.
Yeah, they recognized the talent, an up-and-coming rising star. There's nothing wrong with having someone to be in the up-and-coming guy. And just even with Kobe was a benefactor of great coaching, great teammates. Shaq, old teammates. Let's not
sugarcoat it. We ain't talking about Robert Horry here.
But he had it in him to have that confidence. I mean, I remember Kobe shooting air balls in the playoffs. But it didn't stop him. Like you saw him coming. That's the whole point. Magic and Larry saw Mike coming into his own. He was
throw it.
Say that quick, please.
I'm just gonna say
that gap was crazy, dog. That gap was insane.
I don't think it's too
saw
early.
him doing what?
Yeah.
You challenging that? That's the challenge.
Yeah, that's a good challenge.
That's what Magic said.
I didn't think that was a pause moment. But I'm just gonna say this. I don't think it's too early to give kudos to someone who is bringing that level of intensity, the skill set, the hard work, and the ethic, work ethic that he's putting out there, and realistically, like the feel that he's giving you. You've only had a couple people in history give you that feel from that point, from the shooting guard position. It's for him to be compared to someone who I guess you would say pioneered that. Not really pioneered, but like pioneered it for the modern NBA.
He pioneered this type of it.
Yeah,
right. He pioneered being this type of player. I can do anything you need me to do on the court to win a game.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Listen,
to sit there and say he's as good as Michael and he ain't won nothing is different.
Yeah,
but to say that he has the skill set, he's developing a skill set, stuff like that. He reminds you of a young Jordan who was very raw. Nothing wrong with that. The way he's been dunking on people reminds me of a young Jordan. Yeah, we're talking about 84 through 89 Jordan who didn't win anything. We're talking about that guy. Yeah,
I hear you on that, Grady. Like I think even. To me, that's even a little.
But it's different.
But Anthony Edwards, fourth year, All NBA second team.
Right.
But what could change?
Jordan by his fourth year, Rookie of the Year, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, 4-time All-Star, All NBA three times. Like I hear that. I hear that.
It's not an apples to apples conversation.
But you know what could change?
About time, Grady don't tell a joke.
Oh wow.
Well, that was a joke because he just compared he compared a league that didn't have as many premier shooting guards to this era, and that's not something you have to do. Like
I don't think it has anything to do with shooting guard though. Right. MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, All NBA. Like what does that have to do with shooting guard? This ain't he didn't bring up going to an All-Star game.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just say this. Michael Jordan in this era right now, in the Defensive Player of the Year, do you think he would win it over, let's say, Wemby, who averaged 4 blocks a game?
If he had the season that he had when he won the Defensive Player of the Year, yeah.
Mike did what?
It might be Rudy might win it this year.
I don't think Rudy.
Yeah, Rudy win it. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't think Rudy should.
We got to stop talking about it. We got to start talking about them rigging these storylines.
Hey, listen. Victor Wembanyama averages a whole block over everybody.
He averaged 2.
Which is crazy because he's a rookie.
Over everybody.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I saw this man change up layups for people who like he was like clearly 5 steps behind.
No.
There's
a fear driving to the hole that they don't have on Rudy Gobert no more. Except Jokic. Jokic fears no man.
Hey, but you know what would change this narrative?
Hey, you know who? There's only one person that Jokic averages more on than Rudy Gobert in the league. Jokic averages 33, 17, and no, actually, he don't average that much versus Vooch. Versus Vooch, he only averaged like 16 points a game.
It's like Embiid.
It's like 16. Vooch plays him phenomenally well. Yeah. Ridiculous every time. It's legit like 16, 5, and like 4. Like it's stupid numbers this season. No, it's Wemby. He averaged 70 on Wemby.
Because he's skinny.
Oh, that's because he only
played one game,
Wait,
versus-
that's what I'm saying.
but he
He only
put
played one
70 up on him.
Hey, Pat, but to the question about Ant,
Yeah.
you know what's
Welcome
going
to
to
the
change
league.
this narrative? If he beats Jokic and the Nuggets this series and goes on to the
Yeah.
NBA Finals and he played Boston and he beats Boston in the
He's
NBA
building a
Finals,
story.
I don't
it's
think he's gonna
over.
beat Boston.
Well,
Hey,
listen,
hey,
winning. I said it. Winning a championship, all conversations start.
It's
You
over.
beat the
If you beat the
You
champions,
beat
I
the
think
champs,
everything's on
and
the
then
table.
You beat Boston.
Everything's
all
on the table.
conversations on the table now.
Everything's on the table.
Now we have because Mike didn't win until year seven.
Yeah.
He won in 4.
Yep.
Yeah, no, we having different
Yeah,
conversations.
different
Kobe didn't win till year 7, right?
No, Kobe won in year 2, 3.
No, Kobe was 90. What draft? 90.
He was
96.
96.
No, what draft?
96,
They won in
97.
2000. It
Oh,
was 4
96.
years.
So
It
he
was
did. So he
99
won
to
in 90.
But he had
So
Shaq.
3 years in.
But he had Shaq, that's why.
Well, listen, and here's the one thing, and we got to get the best and worst because I got to get the heck about it. But the one thing about Ant that I give him the most credit on that most people don't talk about is Ant made Cat good,
Yep.
like playoff good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Cat is talented.
Stop
I
fouling.
never said Cat.
Fouling.
Arguably, Cat is the best shooting big we've seen in NBA history.
That's not arguably here.
Ever.
Like he's
Statistically, he's the best shooting big.
he's pretty freaking good shooting
Ever.
big.
He could win a 3-point contest.
Hey, 41%
Dirk Nowitzki
from-
could have won if he got put in one.
41%
probably, you know what I
from
mean?
3.
But Cat
Crazy.
is so I can count on you to make an untimely foul
Yep.
every time. So the fact that he was able to get Cat to like, hey, Cat, stop fouling in the fourth quarter. All right, you
Just
got it.
Focus.
Yeah, that was it. That's all I had to say.
Just focus.
You know what I mean?
Just
That
focus.
making your teammates better and playing the way you play, that's where the comparisons start for me.
But you know how that all comes together? And not taking anything away from Ant-Man, they have a what? Go ahead. You know what I'm about to say. They have a what? They have not a premier, but is a very cerebral point guard.
Oh,
Have you ever
Conley
heard
is
him
very
talk about-
underrated.
You ever heard him talk about Conley?
Conley is very underrated.
Oh, Mike Conley.
Mike Conley.
Mike Conley.
He loves Mike Conley.
Yeah.
Having a good point guard elevates everything else. It allows your two guard to be your two guard, your big man to be able to run the floor, be a big man. Guess what, AK? Would be nice if you sat there and
Conley is a
actually
throwback.
invested in a point guard.
I mean,
Conley's a
he
throwback.
had the
He's
chance
not
to
one of
do it.
those point guards that's
Conley
like
is one of what, 3-point guards left in the league now?
Let me
yeah,
interest
like
you
from the
in
'90s like version of
Russell
point guard.
Westbrook.
You're
agree-
not
I
gonna
agree
hurt
with
me
that.
with Russ. I listen.
Hey, Russ is just on a bench. He needs to be in a starting role somewhere. I would take Russ on the
Y'all
Bulls
want
right
Russ
now.
here?
I would
I would take him on the Bulls.
I don't.
right
I
now.
would
don't
too.
want Russ
I'll be
to be
honest
the
with you.
Russ that he was. I want Russ to be the Russ that he is now.
If he's a smart
Yeah.
Russ, not hothead.
Like, I-
shoot
I-
you out of the game, Russ.
Hey, listen. Nobody talk about the fact that Kevin Durant didn't shoot any better. But hey,
We're not talking about Kevin Durant.
yeah, we are.
I'm talking about
Everybody talking about Russ shooting.
The
the other
difference
way.
is they actually guarded Kevin Durant. They left Russ open half the time. Anyway,
Hey, Russ was pulling them up.
he was missing them.
Hey, he was missing them, but he was pulling them up. Hey, man, let's finish it off here. Best and worst of the weekend. Appreciate y'all tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Quick best and worst. I got a show to do at like 8, and I got to get home to do it. Best of the weekend. I think we got one best. Everybody got the same best? Is
No,
it the beef?
The beef.
no.
Is it the beef?
What's the beef?
Hey, where's the beef?
Oh, beef.
Hey, I don't like that.
Whoa.
Jesus. Yeah, flag on the play on that. Whoa, beef.
I've been shaking imaginary dreads all
thought
week.
it- I thought
Speaking of which, Jordan, how you doing, Mr. Meaty? Anyway, no, I'm just
Doing just fine.
no, man. I just man,
Plenty of
listen,
steaks this weekend. Hey, speaking of, I had a tomahawk steak this weekend.
no, we
Thank
know
you.
you did.
Thank you very much.
You are the steak man.
Oh,
Hey, the restaurant was fire though.
That was fire.
It was a fire restaurant.
But this is the best weekend hip hop has had
Long time.
probably since 2018.
Yeah.
2018.
Probably since 2018 when we was getting like multiple albums that was dropping. I ain't talking about just
Oh.
beefs, but like this is one of the best weekends I've ever seen in hip hop. And this is one of the best weekends that hip hop has had in probably about 5-6 years. Like I was hyped the entire time. And I'm not gonna lie, I think it's jumped the shark a little bit now. Yeah, I mean, because now nobody's listening.
Yeah, no one cares.
Nobody's paying attention anymore. Nobody cares who's proving what, who's dissing what, who's doing. Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
now listen, this is somebody, there was no lighter flicks going off in any of these diss tracks, so I don't have a dog in the fight, right? There was no Lil Wayne, So I don't know. I thought we might get some Wayne when he's talking about Wayne. By the way, shout out to Kendrick for one thing. I know who Tammy is.
We now know who
I
Tammy
now
is.
know who Tammy is.
We know who Tammy is with the purple bim.
Had my heart broken by this woman named
baby.
Tammy, but be honest, you couldn't blame Tammy. I know who Tammy is. Drake, you did that anyway. But outside of that, like,
which is a slime ball move.
Yeah, slime move, bro. Ain't kept you around. Yeah, I mean, he knew you could make him some money. But I think the fact that now we're to a point where basically Muzz are just like, you know what? I don't believe you. Like, all right, we can stop doing this now. We can stop sending tracks back and forth. Drake said, I baited y'all, and this is how I baited y'all, and blah, blah, blah. And Kendrick was like, he got an 11-year-old daughter. Nobody knows what the truth is. And Muzz just like, I don't believe you.
But
what was the number one thing trending live yesterday?
Nah, Drake.
I can't, man. He can't win for losing. It's like whatever he say, they're gonna think that it's a lie anyway.
By the way,
Ringo,
now
you on top, man. When you on top, they want to try to break you down.
Now, I will say,
or you're just corny.
I will say, he went.
That is true.
He did go into detail about him baiting Kendrick. So because Kendrick did say
with the fake daughter.
Because Kendrick was the one that said, there's a mole in OVO, but you the one that got the fake info. And the only thing that we know is consistent right now that ain't been the only thing that ain't been consistent that's been consistent right now that ain't been denied is the Dave Free thing, but that's just me.
I just want to say this.
Hey, I love Dave Freeze being petty too, and commenting the heart on the kid's picture. That's crazy petty.
I want to do this though, Steph. You know, there was another beef that existed with another famous rapper who may not be as famous, who said something very similar that Drake had to also address. So is it just quite possible that Drake just has people around him that don't rock with him as tightly as you think he does?
I mean,
that's cool too. Info, and then all of a sudden, oh no, was that a mold too? Like,
no, he said it was 40. Pusha said on Joe Budden podcast that 40 told his girl the info. His girl told Pusha girl because they was cool. Yeah, Pusha found out because of that. That's why he ended up putting it out and stuff.
So just a bunch of people just like
it's people talking too much. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's people talking.
Is it possible that that's actually like what happens? Because like Drake ain't street smart. Let's just be real about this.
I mean, listen, I don't know. I don't care.
I don't care.
Here's my thing. Good music is coming out. Not like us. Good banger.
Hey,
freaking Family Matters.
No.
I'm banging Family Matters all summer, though.
It's a rare condition.
Not like us getting barbecue play.
Not like us is definitely getting barbecue play, but
With me.
That thing got like 21 mil already.
If it's me, Breeze family, I'm telling y'all right now, I got Drake for one. Yeah. Because no. Just let me explain. Let me explain.
That's like
Kendrick did his thing, but if he just would have came out from Jump Street and just came out with banger after banger after banger, it wouldn't be a problem.
This is my favorite part about Ringo and this beef.
You couldn't say
no. This is my favorite part about Ringo and this beef. He don't think Kendrick started it.
Kendrick started.
No, that's not what I said. I said no. I said it didn't start on like that. That's what I said.
How did the beef start?
This was way back at Control.
Why would it Control?
This was way back at Control.
You're talking about a hole you dig from.
Yes, because that's when it started.
Bro, this ain't start from no Control.
That man said that
this didn't start from the Control verse?
Well, he gave him a shout out and then said, "I'm trying to murder you." Much like we just talked about Ant-Man going against his favorite players.
Hold on. Did he even mention Drake?
He mentioned
and that
Drake.
goes for Jermaine Cole, Big Crit Wale, Pusha T, Meek Mill, A$AP Rocky, Drake, Big Sean, Jay Electron, Tiger Mac Miller. I got love for you all, but I'm trying to murder you. But that was sport. This ain't sport.
But
that don't start there.
But Drake didn't
this
take
ain't
it
sport.
as I'm just saying.
This ain't sport.
I'm giving you the details.
So who won? So I can put the
nobody.
Drake.
Put the score up right
Joe's,
now. Hold on.
Joe's like
maybe
this
the
is
score right now. What's the score?
Kendrick winning.
Drake, because Kendrick only gave me what? Kendrick gave me a barbecue banger. That was it.
What's the score? Chat. What's the score? How many did they drop?
Euphoria was nice, but he
2-2?
wasted bars on Euphoria, bro.
3-1? What is
How
it?
do you waste bars on you?
because the daughter thing wasn't real that matter. Even though nothing we know about Drake, what Drake has said is true.
You
We
had
don't
a
know
whole,
that. We don't
you
know
had a
that
whole
none
verse.
of what Drake
This
said
man
is
had
true.
a whole verse
going
and an
5-1.
entire song
Hey,
about
Steph,
something that
thanks,
didn't
Austin.
happen.
Is those Dave free kids or not?
That's the only.
we don't know.
She ain't denied it.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Steph, do
We
you
don't
know?
That's
Thank
why
you.
it's a wash.
We don't know.
That's
We
the thing.
That's
do
why it's
not
a
know.
wash.
That's the thing to me. If Muzz want to sit there and Muzz want to pick a winner or a loser, I'm just like, I'm getting good music the entire time.
It's good music,
and
but
no
Drake
matter
gave me-
what, ain't nobody gonna put no information
Hey,
out.
you know
You
who
want to
winning?
know why ain't nobody gonna put no information out? Because if they do, they both go into jail.
One shot. There we go. Bing, got the score. 5-1. There you go. Ding, ding, ding.
No, you know who
If
winning?
they put any info out,
Hip hop.
everybody's going to
Jail.
jail. Right? You know who won?
Hip
Me.
Hip hop.
Me, the consumer.
Bro, we had how many Kendrick songs in the last week?
And
We
these
ain't
the
never
only
had
ones
that.
you finna get.
No, I doubt
No,
that.
I do agree with that. I think
I
Kendrick about to
These
go
the
back in
only
the
ones you finna get.
I think Kendrick about to go back
He
in the
finna go back in the
This
house.
man about to release the album and then go back.
He going back in the house.
And they said J. Cole somewhere riding a bike. Living
Hey, I
peacefully.
love Cole, the smartest person out of all this.
Hey, he
Cole,
knew.
the smartest person
He
out of all
knew.
this, man.
Hey, I gave you
Cole
my
said,
7 minute.
Cole
drill.
said, 11-year-old daughter. Oh, no, let me get up out of here. Y'all snitching.
Hey, you
Y'all
said
snitching.
pedos? I'm a dick.
Y'all snitching. They not like us.
Certified level boy, certified. But it's a banger, bro.
Hey, man.
Somebody
We got
said
anything
Cole
else? I got to
Africa
get up
about
out of here,
25.
man.
I just wanna say-
Jordan, what you got?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
you
yeah.
got?
Mr. Meaty himself had a meaty steak over the weekend. Just want to say,
That's your
me,
best.
well, actually, honestly, it was an awesome restaurant. But honestly, my best was me and PK. We actually had a chance to go to this Kentucky Derby event, the viewing,
Facts.
and I happened to run into Luke Canellis
He did.
there at the event. That was pretty cool. I will say he seemed like he was a little drunk, but
Man,
it was cool. It was
That man
real
was
cool. It was
toasted.
nice to actually meet a sports analyst in person. So that was my best.
And shout out to you for noticing him in his sea of.
I called it out. Yeah, I was like, I
he-
know
he
that's got to
pointed
be the
him out,
guy.
I'm like, maybe it's him.
I,
But you know, they kinda all look
I'm
alike.
trying. I was
Oh,
trying to
wow.
talk to him. I ain't
You
gonna lie.
I liked. I saw it was 2 podcasts. I saw JJ interviewing Shaq's podcast, which I actually liked a lot.
Yeah.
It was some decent insight on just Shaq and
Yeah.
being real. The other one was Gil's Arena, and I want to say it was the argument about the GOAT discussion, and it was Rashard kind of breaking down the differences of how Kobe, like everybody's taking Kobe out because that's what happened. It started with Shaq saying they talked the GOAT talk, but no one wants to talk Kobe, so everybody just skips over Kobe, and then the fact it was like how when Gil and them broke it down, it's like when Kobe he got Phil as the great coach, where Mike had Phil as the rookie coach, and they all grew together. And like the differences of how Kobe was able to take, certain things. And, I just thought it was a really good, like insightful discussion that they had. And I thought that was some of the best I had over the weekend.
Nice. I actually did like that interview. I like a lot of Shaq's interviews, some in-depth interviews.
Shaq do some good stuff.
Yeah,
Shaq got some nice interviews. I ain't gonna lie.
He
I
give
think
you a different perspective of, give you a different look at him than he does on TNT and everything else. Like I have a different respect for him.
Shaq cracks me up because I feel like on TNT he's just there to have a good time. I feel like on when he's doing his podcast and he's interviewing Muzz and stuff like that, he's like, no, I'm here to like actually get a story out of this. And I think he does a really good job with it.
Like the real him.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, it was a fun weekend. I don't know if I had a worst of the weekend. Was there a worst?
I got a worst.
I got a worst.
Yeah.
What you got? What you got from the worst?
Drake's response.
Dang.
Nah.
Drake's
Nah.
response was
All
trash.
right, man. Look,
Man.
all
Nah,
right.
that was
All right.
good.
Come
Yeah.
on, dog.
Why was it trash?
He don't even know.
He don't, bro. It's not trash, bro.
He don't even know.
Who don't know?
Now listen, I'm not a Drake fan one way or the other, but I don't think the response was trash. The response the response is basically we baited you, and it comes right after Kendrick takes everything off of all of the streaming
But
services
Family
and
Matters
stuff
was
like that.
cold.
I thought Family Matters was cold, actually.
I know I like that one, but his last response was like, he was trending for a reason. Nah, Drake, that ain't it.
I think Muzz are just done with it. I think Drake dropped last, and this is the type of thing like what was the last
In the perception
because
of it.
the final Nas diss isn't
It was super ugly.
you know what I mean?
No, Super Ugly was the
I
most
feel like
Nah,
Kendrick.
Super Ugly is the most disrespectful beat.
Sure,
No, nah.
Sure. One bar.
I can't say it. I know it. I know it. I know it. When your mom's got to make you apologize on that on air, you went too far.
I feel like the world isn't gonna pick up on that. Yeah, I mean, like that was the last diss. It was like, all right, it's over with now. We're done. So I don't know, man. I think that it is what it is. I didn't really have a worst from the weekend. I did, but we got to get up out of here and it's gonna start a whole nother conversation.
It was cold on Sunday.
It was cold on Sunday. This is also another best from the weekend. That we got to see. The super producer put this out on Instagram, and I just want to bring it here. Go to Canada, Joel. Go to Canada. Look at young Joel. They spinning. They spinning.
Yeah.
Look at young Joel.
Oh, man.
Oh,
ladies, man.
You gotta get the waves.
Hey, Joel, take your hat off. Take your hat
off.
Oh, come on, Joel.
Hey, you still clean, no matter
Hold
what.
on, do the look down. Do the same look down. You gotta line it up.
Hey, you still clean, baby? It's just a convertible top.
That
It's a
man
convertible
said,
top. Don't worry about it.
Come on, bro.
A long time ago.
I think
This
I
is the
was
Super-
9. I was like 18 or 19.
oh, yeah, they swimming for real.
Hey.
I told you I had.
I'm gonna tell you though. I'm gonna tell you
like
though.
dropping a rock in the lake, man.
Hey, listen. I hear you.
Waves.
But you look at that right corner. He knew it was starting.
Hey, it was
I told
coming.
you
I
I was thinner than 19, man. I was
It was
pissed.
coming.
Hey man, appreciate y'all tuning in, showing love. Pull up on us for the 30K party. Link
Let's go,
is in the
Grady.
description below.
Yeah.
Was that specifically for your waves, or were you doing something? No, that was a wave pick, right?
No,
that was
my
a wave pick.
check?
No, my dad, I had just probably got my fade or something, and I had just put my do-rag on or whatever and had all my stuff. So it was just illustrious.
Oh, it was a wave check. Oh,
Yeah, it was a wave check.
Yeah,
it was a wave
It was a young wave check.
Hey, it was a wave check before IG. I got you. Bro.
I'm not mad at it.
bro.
I'm not mad. That was a personal wave check too, because who was you showing that picture to?
No, my dad
Wasn't no
had,
cell phones when he was 19.
Sorry.
No, you should see my dad. With the way
He trying to figure out if it was or not. He like, how old was that?
If you subtract, do math.
yeah, man. Yes, San Fran was around there. Yeah, 98. That was about that. Yeah, it was about 19.
It wasn't no cell phone.
No,
There
you
was
ain't had no
cell
camera
phone.
phones back then.
No, we weren't texting. No.
That was 98.
You had phones like this, but
No,
it just
yeah,
had the little
no,
dial
no,
pad on
no,
it. That's
we
all.
I think we had pagers. We had pagers at that time. Yeah.
Yeah, pager?
Hey,
That's
can you
two-way.
send a
Pager
wave
is
check over a
crazy.
pager? What number was that? What number was that?
Hey, no, you mailed that letter.
Two ways was 2000.
You took the photo and mailed it to Shorty. That's what it
Yeah, but
was.
Drew, we had the big block phone. I had a big brick phone. And 98. I'm driving.
Hey, this man.
Oh, that's
is
why.
that?
Hey, you had that brick
Flip
phone. That's
phone.
why your hair fell out. That's what happened to you. Oh, that radiation.
radiation
hit that hair. Go ahead and get it put back in,
Hey,
bro.
man,
Just
don't-
go
oh,
ahead
wow.
and head back to head up to Canada, bro. 10 grand.
Oh,
10 grand in
The
Canada.
Padre
Get you right,
Clinic
bro.
in Canada and then in Turkey. they're
Eric
doing
in
it
the
too.
chat talking about we all had pages back then. Apparently,
Hey, oh,
Yeah,
I
that
have-
was.
I have
I think
nothing wrong with
98
pager.
was that's high school. Right after high school, we had cell phones. We had
yeah, cell phones.
what phone was
They
that?
was all.
I don't know if I had the flip phone, like the
it was
had a
the,
razor,
the
Motor-
Nokia, the
Motorola
Ain't
razor.
no way you had a
flip phone.
razor in 1998.
Yes, the Motorola razor.
In 1998?
the razor didn't come out to 03.
The solid Nokia phone. I had those. Yeah,
Right. The Razor is like a 03, 04 phone.
Yeah, Razor
Joe.
came out when we were in high school.
Yeah.
Not
Razor
you.
came out like an
okay. I mean, it still was old. They didn't.
You're still old, Joe.
No, I was gonna say like because the Crazer. Remember that little skinny one, the Crazer?
Yeah,
That mug came out in like 2008.
Let's look it up.
He must say it was a Nokia.
Let's
Joel.
look it up.
Everybody in the chat, Joel. Everybody had the same phone.
2004.
It was a Nokia.
2004. Nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Your
I
hair
mean,
was going
Jesus
by then,
Christ,
man.
you know.
Hey,
Appreciate
shout out to
y'all
y'all, man.
tuning in, showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. I'm finna be late. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bear down, one love, C-Red, all that good
See
stuff.
y'all May 8th.
Go
May,
what? Go
May
pull up on the 11th.
Saturday.
Pull up on the 11th.
Ain't nobody gonna be.
It's in the description below.